Ted Cruz has been forced to retract a campaign ad after it was revealed that one of the actresses in the ad had formerly been a softcore porn star. Let's watch.
Awesome.
Has anyone else here struggled with being lied to?
Well, I voted for a guy who was a Tea Party hero on the campaign trail, and then he went to D.C. and played patty cake with Chuck Schumer and cut a deal on amnesty.
Does that make you angry?
Angry? Oh, it makes me feel dumb for trusting him.
Maybe you should vote for more than just a pretty face next time.
You guys have room for one more?
Come on in. Come on in.
Come on in, you can have Frank's chair.
I'm Ted Cruz, and I approve this message.
I'm unclear. Did you see the double penetration in that ad?
Which one was it?
The blonde?
Well, I like that they said don't vote for just a pretty face, and then they have Cruz's ugly butt come up, and they're like, this is the non-pretty face you should vote for.
I love that ad. It's like, we'll acknowledge he's hot, and now look at this melted ball of wax. That's not a good line. Don't use that. So, of course, they were asked, since he is he's trying to prove that he's the true conservative in the race, but particularly that he's the true religious conservative, the true Christian conservative. He had to boot her ass out of there and then boot the ad altogether. And a spokesman, Rick Tyler, says the actress responded to an open casting call. She passed her audition and got the job. Unfortunately, she was not vetted by the production company. Had the company known of her full filmography, we obviously would not have let her appear in the ad. We obviously would not. Because what did she do? Did she flash the camera? No. I didn't see any squirting. What happened in that ad that obviously you can't have her? She was in softcore porn a while ago.
It's in her filmography.
Her filmography.
She's probably on IMDb. It's possible. So we have a quote from her too, by the way.
Amy Lindsay, right?
Yes, it's Amy Lindsay. We have a quote from her. She says, in a cool way, then it's not just some old white Christian bigot that people want to say it could be, maybe a cool kind of open-minded woman like me. Like, she's defending like it would be more interesting if she was still involved in that. And by the way,
I could not follow that quote.
What?
No, not
It was hard to understand her because she had a...
No.
She had a lozenge.
Softcore.
She says she's a Christian conservative and a Republican. So she's saying if you'd kept me in the ad, it's the better way to go because I'm not a closed-minded person, etc. And it's an interesting part of the party. And she says, I'm thinking about voting for Cruz. I'm between Cruz and Trump.
Yeah. I think that point is undercut a little bit by the fact that she's in the ad for 2 seconds and she doesn't say anything about her former career in softcore porn. That's why her point doesn't make sense, and that's why them throwing the ad away doesn't make sense. It has nothing to do with anything. So she delivered one stupid little line. That's what she did.
Yeah.
So she's saying that she's actually a wing of the Christian conservative movement, the porn wing?
The porn wing. Yeah.
What she
Porn
could,
again.
Porn again. What she could do is like what Ben Carson did was like, I used to be crazy, then I found Jesus, and now look at me. If she would have done that, she'd have been okay. They love that story.
She did softcore porn, then she hit someone in the head with a shovel, and now she got right.
But I'll tell you why Ted Cruz had to pull this ad, because of the attacks that Donald Trump has on him now, tweeting today, that thing we have. How can Ted Cruz be an evangelical Christian when he lies so much, so dishonest? And then the crazy stuff that they're fully embracing it in South Carolina. This other story, Heidi Cruz calling her husband. This is alarming to me. Ted Cruz showing America the face of the God that we serve.
Whoa.
Yeah, she said that.
Yeah.
And, like,
if that's
I
the
love
face of
Donald.
God,
I like Donald
you're going to
Trump.
drive people to atheism.
Donald Trump making the case that Ted Cruz is the one objectifying women somehow because he gave a job to a woman who had once been in porn. And by the way, Ted Cruz, we don't even know for sure that he's attracted to this woman. He's certainly not attracted to his own daughter, so he's got a leg up on Donald Trump there.
Cruz said in an interview, Heidi Cruz, I love this, said in an interview with South Carolina host Vince Coakley that she would support her husband's campaign even if she weren't married to him because of his religious values. Oh, that's bold.
And by the way, when you hear her quote, you think, oh, this is what it sounds like to live in Iran or Afghanistan.
That's right.
Talking about we show the face of God, that's why we have to be elected.
Well, let me give you that line the last line from her. She says, we're a nation of freedom of religion, but, I love the but on the freedom of religion. The God of Christianity is the God of freedom, of individual liberty, of choice, and of consequence.
Except of choice to not choose him.
Yeah, wait a minute. If we have freedom of religion, then I can choose any religion I like. And if you're telling me, no, this is a Christian nation, and we have to follow the God of Christianity, that by definition eliminates my choice.
Yes.
So you're not really a God of choice if you eliminate choice, which, by the way, none of the gods are of God of choice. They're like, you follow me, no one else, no other God.
Notion that the gods are gods of choice.
God of consequence. That's
You got to
scary.
dispel that. You got to dispel that. All right, final thing on this. It combines both stories. Same day, Ted Cruz gets criticism because he got the endorsement and happily accepted the endorsement of a Christian pastor who is wildly anti-Semitic. And the many different Jewish organizations have asked him, can you just say, hey, you know what? I'm not with that guy, and so just please, just distance yourself from him. It's not a big deal. You probably didn't know. Right? Cruz has not distanced himself from that pastor.
Yeah.
So if you were in softcore porn one day, I can get out of here. I'm not with her. Oh, you're an anti-Semitic pastor, which almost every Jewish organization in the country says you're anti-Semitic. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me pray on that.
Yeah.